I am an American monkey, this is how I stand. Lucas, do you know about my new musical?
No.
It's called American Monkey. You know what this is called?
What?
It's the Dan K Show, coming at you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dan K Show on USPHL Network. And that's the network that brings you all the best in the USPHL and, basically the best in junior hockey, Lucas. And I'm going to bring you the best segment on the show right now, and that's Dan K's 3 things for this weekend. And this weekend, number 1, the Beantown is bananas, Lucas, and that's what it's been. It's been a bananas event. There are teams from all over the country playing against USPHL greats, USPHL 16U, 18U, and Premier all on display this weekend here in Boston. They say it that way. It's a bad impression I do, but the apples are great here, you know what I mean? Matt Damon said so best.
Do you like apples?
I like them apples, Lucas. Moving on to number 2, my second thing for this week, if I could remember it. The 16U and 18U, Lucas, great showings. We were in the audience watching all day long yesterday. Some great performances. One team that stood out to us, 18U Jersey Hitmen. They're on the ice right now. They're playing. We're going to have them on the show today. We're going to talk to them a little bit, and we're going to find out just what makes that team tick and what makes that organization win all year long. It's a great organization, Lucas, run by Toby Harris and Jim Hunt at the top. Love watching Jersey Hitmen hockey. Now we move to our third thing. And apparently it's Lucas's weekend because Lucas has won just about everything, Lucas. You won at air hockey. You won when we were driving here. Every game we played, you won I Spy. Every player you've picked this weekend to highlight has scored a goal or had an assist, so please ask Lucas to pick you as a player to highlight because you will score. And basically everything else you've won at. You picked the right restaurants, you picked the right hotel to stay in, and you picked the right tie today, Lucas, because I told you to dress in a costume.
Well, no. Specifically, you told me to wear something fun, so I wore my fun tie.
You know what's the similarity between you and a mushroom, Lucas?
What?
You're both fun guys. And this is the Dan K Show. We're coming back with more right after this.
Here at the Boston Beantown Showcase, it is truly the USPHL against the world, Dan. USPHL teams have had a lot of chances to show off their skills to a bunch of other teams inside and outside the league.
And Lucas, you talk about USPHL against the world. That's because we have teams from all over the world in town today and this weekend playing a little ice hockey down here, 16U and 18U levels. How many teams, Lucas, are here today? Just an innumerable amount that you've watched where you've seen some great talent, right? And the USPHL is standing tall. How good has the USPHL been this weekend?
Oh, they've been great. A couple of teams have really, really been standouts. We talked about IHC, we talked about the Hitmen, PAL, the 18U, 16U levels for these teams have really been standing out. And there has been some tough competition here this weekend, Dan. Some really good hockey. An
incredible amount of teams here and an incredible talent level on the teams that have arrived. And that's what the Beantown Showcase does. The talent level is high and the games, Lucas, fast-paced, high-flying action down there on the ice. Just how important is it as a 16U, 18U level player to be able to play teams not just within the USPHL, but kind of branch out and see what the game's being played like around the country?
Well, it gives you a taste for how it's being played around the country. It gives you a taste for the skill level of other leagues and other teams. And the one thing that I noticed, Dan, that was really great about watching the USPHL teams in particular was that even stacked up against the tough competition, even stacked up against players who are lightning quick on the ice, the USPHL teams have retained what makes them great and what makes the organization and the league so great. They've been doing their line changes, changing lots of lines, putting in a lot of players, making sure every single player gets their playing time. Because the USPHL, as we talked about so many times, is about player development from the start until the finish. And so even in the face of that stiff competition, that USPHL mantra remains strong.
Lucas, what does it say about the USPHL when you see the amount of teams that have shown up from outside the USPHL to play in a showcase like this, hosted in the home of the Boston Junior Bruins?
Well, it shows that the league has prestige outside the league.
Yes.
Outside of the teams and the parents and players that make up this league, the USPHL is well known and respected because these teams come here to showcase their talent, their skills, their players, because they know that this will be beneficial for them to be matched up against USPHL teams.
And you say prestige worldwide, why? As they would say in the movie Step Brothers. And as we say here, a lot of prestige going on in the USPHL and a lot of great hockey this weekend at the Beantown. Lucas, this week we introduce a new segment to the Dan K Show and a new show for the USPHL network, and that is Dan K Show Dissections, where we break down just what makes some of our favorite players and teams in the USPHL so successful. Let them know who we're breaking down first.
We're doing the Hitmen 16U team. You know, we watched a lot of teams at the Beantown Classic, but the Hitmen 16U was a team that we had highlighted as we need to watch this game, and I am glad that we did.
I'm glad we did as well. Let's go down to who better than ourselves to break down the Jersey Hitmen on ice. Number 43, Tyler Coffey. Lucas, what have you seen from Tyler as he's on the power play here?
Showing a lot of intelligence on the power play. You know, he's not trying to be a hero. He's trying to feed the puck to his teammates and make something happen.
And you know what? That's the kind of player the USPHL breeds. A player who's in the right place at the right time, making the right decisions. Tyler Coffey doing that all day. He finds himself on the far side of the ice, and a centering pass cannot connect with our man Tyler Coffey on the Jersey Hitmen U16 as the penalty has been killed. But Lucas, not every power play that does not end up in a score is a loss there. It was a great couple chances on net and possibly a chance to turn the momentum on this one as the Hitmen try one more time. Shot, kick, save, and a beauty. And Tyler Coffey with the puck one more time. Little backhand pass behind the net into the corner boards. Lucas, Jersey Hitmen, how many Tyler Coffeys have they created over the years? And just where do you think Tyler Coffey can go in the future with his career?
Well, you know, Dan, a lot of their players have ended...
And there's a Tyler Coffey shot score. I'll have a cup of that. It's a hot cup of coffee, and Tyler Coffey stays hot with a score. Backhand try. Puts one home. Lucas, as we talk about him, we talk about just how gifted of a player he is. He shows that talent in front of the net and that strength to stand tall, stay tough, find the puck, and in a scrum put one. Lucas, that goal was a hot cup of coffee right there, and that is my man Coffey from the Jersey Hitmen down on the ice, tapping that one home, putting in a big-time score for the Jersey Hitmen 16U.
Well, you know, he was all over the ice during the game, Dan. He was where he needed to be. He was acting as a general, and you saw on that play that he set himself up for success.
And we go down to ice level after Tyler Coffey's second score of the game. Lucas, you call this guy out as an X factor, as a game changer, as a next level 16U star. 2 scores since you said so. How are you feeling right now?
Oh, I'm feeling pretty good, Dan. It feels like I was down on the ice scoring the goals myself. But I think it shows in the Hitmen program when you can take a look at a team, and in a team of people, of players, of young players that are all so talented that you can still look and pick individual people out for their individual contributions. They work together as a team, and they shine as individuals.
I mean, Tyler Coffey shining bright today. 2 scores and just tried to get involved in one right there from 2 knees. He fell down to the ice, still trying to put one in front. And we're going to keep on watching some Jersey Hitmen U16 highlights. You know, Lucas, the same way I feel about Coffey, this Coffey felt. You know, one's not enough. Sometimes you need 2. And this guy was keeping the Hitmen alive and well and awake on this weekend as he put in his second goal of the game. Our camera may have missed it, but we didn't hear in the booth.
No, that's true, Dan. You know, it's hard to take your eyes off a guy like Tyler Coffey. You know, number 43 is on the ice almost all the time. Like I said before, he is a true general. He's moving around, his head's on a swivel. He's the kind of guy that defenses have to look out for, but is very easy to lose track of.
43 cups of coffee. Don't try it at home. Don't drink that much coffee. Some call him Mr. Freeze, but I call him Tristan Freeze. Let's go down to the ice to see just what happened with Tristan Freeze when he grabbed an assist as Lucas Jones was just giving him some high praise. Lucas, and on that one, Tristan Freeze, as we talk about him in this Dan K Show dissection. I promise there are no camera tricks. This is 2 for 2. Players involved in goals that Lucas Jones has picked. This time, Tristan Freeze fires one in for the assist, and that one's driven home there by the Jersey Hitmen 16U squad. Lucas, how did Tristan create that opportunity?
Well, you saw him in his own defensive zone break up an offensive opportunity for the other team. He put the puck back into the neutral zone and then saw an opportunity and really hustled down the ice. Crossed over the blue line and managed to put himself in the right place at the right time to take a shot on goal and also feed the puck into another player who managed to crash the net and put it in. So this is a classic example of what we've been seeing all game from the Hitmen, and really at all levels the Hitmen, is every single line is operating like a well-oiled machine to get the job done. There are no weak spots in the Hitmen's line.
And what you want to see at this level, too, is versatility, Lucas. And this is a player who comes down low, playing in a winger position there, really, and winds up firing across a beautiful pass. And it's a player at this level, you want to be able to play every position on the ice. You want to be versatile. You want to be everywhere, every day, every time. And that's just what Tristan Fries showed you right there, and it's what the Jersey Hitmen U16 organization keeps showing you with each and every game. Yet another great performance by a USPHL squad. Lucas, we just saw our man Tristan Fries. Ooh, he's being ice cold down there on the ice. Help him put some goals in the net and freeze up a nice Jersey Hitmen 16U win there this weekend in the Beantown Classic.
Well, you know, he's a defenseman, Dan. He's 5'8", 155 pounds. Small for a defenseman, but that clip shows he's not afraid to mix it up and get down low, crash the net, but he also feels just as home being up by the blue line, shuttling the puck around to his offensive teammates.
So important at that age range, you know, the versatility of a player. Tristan Fries and the rest of the Jersey Hitmen showing that versatility this weekend. Lucas, here on a penalty kill, just how important does a goaltender become?
Oh, so important, Dan. You know, he is your last line of defense. You never want to have to make your goaltender work. But when you have Liam Kelly back there at 6'1", 205, you feel a little bit more confident that you got a big body blocking the net.
You know what? That man, Liam Kelly, is the next subject for our Dan K Show dissection. We look at Liam Kelly. Lucas talked about it. Large and in charge for a 16U goaltender. A lot of years left to still grow. Taller, bigger, stronger. And this is a goaltender, Lucas, makes big saves. You've seen him today. You've seen him make a few big saves for this team and create some odd man chances that you have right here. This is a goaltender, Lucas, that you see make a lot of big saves. And just how does that translate at this age group? You know, when you see a goaltender who stays calm, cool, and collected when things get a little bit flurried in front of him, how does that translate over as you age?
Well, you know, Dan, throughout this whole dissection, we've been talking about confidence. And at this age group, confidence is everything. When a goalie knows that he has good players in front of him, he's confident. And when that goalie's making saves and creating opportunities and feeding the puck down the ice, that makes his players more confident. They know that if the puck gets to the goalie, that he's going to feed it back up to them and make plays and not just be scurrying around desperately trying to make saves.
This is a team that's confident from the goaltender to the defenseman to the forwards to the coaching staff and the front office of the Jersey Hitmen organization, and they just continue to churn out winners. Yet another one in the net between the pipes in Liam Kelly. Lucas, after a few plays down there on the ice that we just saw there in the recap, we see just how good Liam Kelly is in net and the things he can do for a team. How important is it to have a goaltender like Liam Kelly?
Well, you know, there's a trust there. When you know that the last guy behind you, the goaltender, is a guy that can stand on his head, as you've said before, there's a little bit of peace of mind. It allows your defenseman to play a little bit farther up on offense. It allows your forward and your wingers to be able to actually crash the net and really play aggressive offense, which we've seen time and time again is sometimes the game breaker in terms of a low-scoring game or a tie game.
Lucas, you know, let's wrap this segment up. Let's wrap up this Dan K Show dissection, our first with the Jersey Hitmen 16U. Just how good is this team, and just how many of these guys will be making an impact at the next level?
Well, we've said it before, we'll say it again. The Hitmen are an organization that from top to bottom, from the youngest guys to the oldest guys, is an organization that prides itself on teamwork and also individual excellence. You know, they work as a well-oiled machine, but those guys are not afraid to steal the spotlight every once in a while.
Toby Harris, Jim Hunt, the Jersey Hitmen, doing it again, doing it every year at every level. USPHL hockey continues to get better and better, and the Dan K Show will be there to break it down and tell you just why. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dan K Show. We're here in the empty net portion, where we look at our viewer feedback and we look at what the fans are saying to us. And remember, if you'd like to talk to us during the empty net, you tweet to us at hashtag Dan K Show, or hashtag EmptyNet, or at USPHL Network, or at Dan_Kemchek, or at LJones113. I mean, there's a lot of ways to reach reach us. There's a lot of ways you can reach us. And one man did reach us. He reached out to me, and that's Jonathan S. He has at Porsche Huron is his Twitter handle. I mean, I'm not great with the whole Twitter scene, you know what I mean? I'm getting used to the social media scene. But at Porsche Huron, this is Jonathan S. from Minnesota, and he says, at Dan Kemchek, keep up the great work. Again, at me only, Lucas. He says, at me, I'm doing a great job. Sorry about you. He says, I'm sure you'll be the next Steve Mears on hashtag NHL Network bear of bad news. Nobody wants to be the bear of bad news, but sometimes I have to be, Lucas. And the news I'm going to bear to you right now is that he was only talking to me. Great job by me. I don't know about you, Lucas. Still up in the air. The verdict's still out on whether Lucas is doing a great job on the show.
I mean, I have no comment as of this matter, but I will say that time will tell, Dan.
You know what? You know what time will tell? Time will tell just how good the USPHL is this year. And you're seeing that development at the 16U and 18U level. We've talked to some of these younger teams, Lucas, this week. We've watched some of these younger teams. We've broken down some of these younger players with our Dan K dissection segment. Just how good is the 16U and 18U? One last time, let's talk about it.
Well, they are, in short, I think, amazing, Dan. The level of competition that we have seen is just about as good as your pivot from the Twitter segment into this one.
You know what? Everything in my life is about pivoting because I'm always ready for the next thing, Lucas. I'm like the Energizer Bunny. I do not sleep. I do not eat. I do not ever nap or rest. I'm like a shark, one eye open at all times. They don't sleep, right? Ever.
No.
They never sleep. They have one eye open all the time. And I have one eye open so I can watch USPHL hockey all the time, watch it on Fast Hockey, watch the USPHL Network, hop on YouTube and watch the Dan K Show each and every week on Thursdays. Coming at you. Lucas, parting words. Wow, he didn't even have anything. I couldn't even get a cue there. It wasn't even a noise. Usually there's a grunt. He had nothing this week. I have some great parting words. I love these events. I love coming out to the showcases. And if you want us to come to a showcase or a game near you, please tweet to us. Let us know where the game is, where the venue is, and we'll try to make it out there. We want to be covering events live on site. We want to be talking to teams, talking to you at home, and talking USPHL hockey everywhere we go. Remember, when Dan K is on the mic, it's always hockey night. And when the showcases are being thrown by the USPHL, you always know it's great hockey. Keep watching USPHL hockey and the USPHL Network.